We're live. We're live. Let's see who decides to join me today. And in the meantime, I'll take my supplements that I keep forgetting to take until the middle of the day. My goodness. All right, there we go. Let's see. Give everybody a minute. A minute. Oh, man. All right, now we got some people coming in. Hello. For those of you on the replay, sorry for the slow-ish start, but we like to let everybody get a chance to get on here. Hi, Tracy. Happy Friday. We made it to Friday. More importantly than making it to Friday, you know what today is? Today's the last day of January. Praise. This felt like the longest month ever. Like, we still have 11 months of this year to go. I feel like January was 5 months long. Don't you? Like, I don't know, man. There's just something about January. I'm not a fan of January anymore. So tomorrow is my new year because February 1st I'm actually around for and I can prepare for, and that's awesome. So I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad that January is finally over. And then my husband looks at me and goes, we're a third of the way through winter, you know. I'm like, that is great news. That's awesome. However, I'll believe it when I see it. So we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Longest month ever. For real. Hello, Honey and Cheyenne and Trudy. So glad you had a great meeting about the worship team. I did have a great meeting about the worship team. It was incredible. So now I just have to go through the whole application process for it, which the guy made it sound like it was going to be very, very easy, you know, provided I can actually sing, which I can. So that's no problem. And I actually just got the footage today from Christmas Eve, finally, so I can use Christmas Eve footage for my audition. So it's not just like, hey, here's me singing, but like, here's me actually like doing the thing. Like, look at, we had a whole worship team. Look at, we're actually quite good. This is what I'm used to doing. There you go. So I have to put all that together and all that jazz, but it was a very, very, very pleasant meeting that I had with the worship leader. So good things are happening. Hello, Lisa and Lynn. Oh my goodness. Okay, my friends. So are you ready for the weekly weigh-in? Or should I wait maybe I should wait a couple more minutes to see who else decides to come on here. So what are your guys, let's do a little goals sneaky peek. Mick, hello! You beat Audrey on here. Audrey said she was going to be here and she hasn't signed on yet. But what are your goals? Oh, there she is. What timing, Audrey? What timing? What are your goals for the month of February? I can't tell you what mine are yet because I haven't done, like, my power sheets are literally right behind the box that you guys are currently balanced on. And on my list of things to do today, I've managed to get up, I've managed to weigh in, I've managed to work out, I've managed to do a couple of puttering things around the house and get my video published. And then, but the list of like things that I still have yet to do are like, I have like a billion little chores to do. Oh, I've been doing a lot of laundry. I've got like 4 loads of laundry I want to do today. I want to tidy some things up, break down a whole bunch of boxes and all that stuff, because it's like all stuff that my husband says he'll do on the weekend, but I don't want to make him do all of these things when we only have 2 days that we really get to spend together, you know? So I'm going to try to get ahead of that. And then I have to like edit some footage because I have a bunch of videos filmed. I'm actually getting there in the work ahead of the content thing. It's happening. I have, I think, 4 videos filmed, which is amazing. I haven't done that in a really, really long time. So now I have to put them all together and everything like that. But I have to do my goals. I have to sit and actually like plot and plan what my goals are for the next month. Which is 29 days long, by the way. It's leap year. True story. Trying to get my headphones to connect. You think this month went by quickly. Mick, you might be the only one. My weigh-in was Thursday. I didn't gain. I didn't lose. I'm trying to get through 6 weeks to lifetime. If you didn't gain and you didn't lose and you're on the road to lifetime, then you did it perfectly right. That's awesome. So now I have to ask, how many points did you add on? Because you know how like in maintenance, you're supposed to add a certain number of points. whatever you did last week worked. So I'm just very curious to know what your magic number was. It sounds like an awful lot of spoons. It is an awful lot of spoons. And I've got the ultimate double whammy for all of you. I don't know why my sinuses are acting up here. Am I allergic to something in this room? I don't think so. Like this is the most I've been speaking today. I haven't been speaking because my husband left at 6:30. I've literally been silent. And now I'm talking and my lungs are like, hello, what are you doing? Woo! Okay. So anyway, so the double whammy is sorry, Mick, my period showed up late this morning. So, but that being said, that's actually very helpful information because I've been tracking all the numbers and all the weights all month long. I actually have my my chart. I probably tracked about half of them. That doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to go back and fill them all in. But my husband literally made me a chart in Excel, and it's really, really cool. So you know how I want to compare like day 1 of my cycle to day 1 the next month. He literally made me day 1 through, he gave me like 35 days just in case my body gets wonky on me, which has been known to happen. So then and then it's month 1, and then you track. So I've been tracking the days I weigh in January, and then month 2, and then you fill that in. And then next to month 2, there's a column that says the difference between month 1 to month 2. It'll tell me if it's a loss or if it's a gain. And if it's a loss, it turns green. And if it's a gain, it turns red. And that happens month to month to month to month. So month 2 to month 3, month 3 to month 4, all year long. He made me that because he's very good in Excel. And I'm so excited to have like this piece of information. So my weigh in today was actually up, shocker, 0.6, which was not so bad. I was like, I got on the scale this morning and I was like, oh, okay, I can handle an up 0.6. And the reason I can handle an up 0.6 is because yesterday's weigh-in was identical to last week's weigh-in. So I did not gain or lose as of yesterday, which means that 0.6 appeared on my body within the last 24 hours. No big deal. My period started this morning. So I was like, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad because if I was in the same situation hormonally as I was last week, it would be a loss. It would absolutely be a loss because yesterday, height of PMS, I was the same. And height of PMS is also when I could gain 4 pounds. Not exaggerating. I can gain 4 pounds and I get bloaty and I get gross and I'm much fluffier. I'm much fluffier that week. And I'm not much fluffier this week, which is amazing. I was like, well, that's okay. Okay. So even though technically on the scale, I have a gain for this week, I'm not mad at all. At all. Because if it was not the week that it is, it would be a loss. And that's okay. That's okay. What's interesting to me is while I did get hit by a really bad hormonal headache, was that yesterday? Yesterday or 2 days ago. In general, I haven't felt like I've gotten hit by a bus yet, which also normally happens. Now, it's early. It could still happen. That could happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's something to be said for the fact that I've been eating pretty well. I've been eating a lot of points. Yes, let me actually tell you how many weeklies I had left over because I don't actually know. 0. I had 0 weeklies left over. I had 26. Couldn't tell you if I went over. That's the one flaw. I don't know if I went over how many weeklies or if I even it out. If I went over, it was only by 2. So not so bad. I have had 33 activity points remaining for the week. So I've been slacking a little bit in the activity area, but I'm trying to strike that balance with that whole new fatigue thing I've been battling this winter. So I'm not even mad. All in all, I'm not even mad a little bit. So I'm feeling pretty good about everything that has happened. And I'm looking forward to seeing if this is in fact day one. I'm looking forward to seeing the comparisons finally come through. Yeah. So that's what happened. That was the weekly weigh-in. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Been a long month for me. It's a question I must put to my Facebook friends. 164 is my goal weight and exactly where I want to stay. That's perfect, Tracy. I weighed in today. I'm 2 pounds above goal. Oh my gosh. I can't gain another ounce or I will have to pay. That's the worst. That is the worst, having to pay. I lost 3.6 this week, so 8.6 for January. That's epic. Good for you, Trudy. For being back on track. But the crazy thing happening is Wednesday. It's like 2 pounds lower than Friday last 2 weeks. I should just stop getting on Wednesdays. Yeah. So I would recommend, like, seriously, the whole going with the cycle, because day one I was still on vacation. So I have on my tracker thing, the first day I weighed in is day 4 of my cycle. If today is day 1, which will be determined by how my body does things the rest of the day, if today is in fact day 1, I am down 0.4 for the month from beginning of cycle 1 to beginning of cycle 2. So my weight still went down, which is the goal. Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know. Then I can't help you. I mean, just because you don't have that anymore, I don't know how that works, but doesn't that you still have things that are happening, don't you? Like, do you still have a hormonal cycle, or does everything just kind of evens out? I honestly have no idea. I haven't looked into that at all. I took a peek at the scale this morning. It was down 2 to 3 pounds from the WW scale. Might be different on Sunday, but it was a nice mood booster. Yeah, it's nice to check in. So yeah, that's what it is. So I'm down. I'm net down for a month, which is great. What was my lowest for the month? 74.3. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because now, my friends, now that I only have like half the numbers in there, because there were some days I didn't step on the scale, got too rushed and whatever, because I try very hard to have the exact same routine every morning and weigh in under the exact same circumstances. So if something happens where I can't do that, the weight I don't determine to be accurate, because I try and do the same thing every day. So I have about half of the numbers, but it will be very interesting to see, now that I can start filling in month 2, what changes actually happen. And that means that 2 weeks ago was my big loss, right? We're going to see what happens after this week happens and my body evens itself back out, if the scale starts to go down in a more rapid rate. Because remember, last week I still lost. It was 0.2, but I still lost. But the week before I lost 2.9. So it'll be so interesting. I'm more just fascinated by the data than anything else. And the other thing that happened, hang on, this is interesting, but I have to open my app. Today's 31st. All right. So I measured myself, I had like measurements on Monday the 6th, and I lost 35. On everything. I lost on everything, which is awesome. It wasn't much. I lost no more than half an inch anywhere, but I lost on everything, which is pretty cool, considering the fact that it is the day that my period started and the day that I'm nice and bloated. I still lost in measurements. So, like, given that, taking that extra fluffiness into consideration, I truly feel like I came out ahead this week. I really do. Even if the scale does not reflect that, like, truly, I came out ahead, which just feels really good. And it's because, again, I've been focusing on the protein. I ate up all of my weeklies, and that's okay, but I ate most of them because of protein, not because of sugar. I did have a little bit of sugar last night. I did, I'll admit it. And that's what put me over into my weeklies, and I'm okay with it, but what was very interesting is once I chose what I wanted, I had 2 mini Kit Kat bars, which were like the Canadian mini Kit Kat bars. So they were even smaller than like the American mini Kit Kat bars, which I don't know why, but that's okay. and I had 2 Oreo cookies because I purchased and I've been stashing them in the basement. The Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip ice cream Oreos, which I think were from the summer. They were the summer limited release, and they were so good that I bought 2 extra packages before they disappeared. And I've just been stashing them downstairs, and like I want to ration them, but I'm like I also can't just let them sit there because they'll go bad eventually. So I'm like, well, I got to eat them. So I was like, this is a good night to do it. So I did. But I've been intermittent fasting. Oh gosh, there's so many things I've been doing that I'm not even thinking about because it's just felt normal, which is very interesting. Like I haven't had any ridiculous cravings. I haven't had any desire to snack. Really, if I've been exceedingly hungry, I've had a couple of, why am I hungry? Blah, 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 blah. But I've just straight up gone for, let me chug a bottle of water first. And if that doesn't help, let me grab something with protein in it, which is how I end up going over my points, but it's for protein's sake, not for sugar's sake. I have been, however, cheating the system because I have come up with I was inspired by a recipe I saw on the Arbonne Facebook group for a protein cookie dough, which I'm working on before sharing, just to make sure that I really truly like the formulations and the points and everything like that. But so I've been cheating the system. I've cut back the sugar that goes into that because you use honey. But it ends up being basically, minus the greens, it's almost Fab 4. So it's high protein, high fiber, high fat, low sugar. So that has kind of been my sweet treat, craving food, but really it's still a crap ton of fiber and protein. So it actually has been working out really well. So I've been doing that. This week, weirdly, I have been fasting for 16 hours instead of 14 and doing it easily. I don't know why, but I'm just, by the time I get up in the morning, I'm like, I'm just going to go until I'm hungry. And I've been able to get to 16 hours every day this week, which has been great. It's been wonderful. And I feel pretty good. I feel good about it, which has been wonderful. Let me see. Lori's here. Hello. Especially since it was an I feel fat day when I was getting dressed. I feel those so hard. Probably info's all over the place. So just going with it. Losing measurements is a fantastic boost. It sure is. It was a pleasant surprise, especially today. That's my biggest issue with snacks and treats. I'm tempted to eat them all before they go bad, even if I don't want them. Then stop buying them. Like there's the thing. And that my husband actually gets on me about that too. He goes, why do we have so much of this stuff in the house? I'm like, I like to buy things when they're on sale. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I'm just not gonna, like, we're gonna buy stuff if it's on sale, but not like stash up on a crap ton of it because we don't need it. We've been doing so good about eating good, fresh foods and everything. And I've stopped snacking, which has been awesome. Like I have a new product, which is like an old new product that I'm going to work on reviewing for you guys. The Eat Me Guilt-Free bars, brownie things. But I ordered them years ago, and I hated them. I absolutely hated them. So I got distracted. It was my husband's car driving by, and I was like, he's not supposed to be home for a long time yet. And I hated them. But now they're everywhere. Everybody in the Weight Watchers community, in the gastric bypass community, everybody loves to eat them. And I'm like, are they really that good? Am I out of my mind? Did they change their recipe or whatever? So I decided to bite the bullet. I bought like a big old bundle that was on sale. So now I have 5 different flavors that I can try. And so I did eat that as a snack today. But I'm like, I am totally justified in being hungry today because it's day 1. It's ground zero, man. So anything goes. But I've also pre-tracked our pizza dinner that we're having tonight because it's date night, but we're going to a friend's house for a game night tomorrow and going out for dinner at Mall of America tomorrow. So like date night's supposed to be really low key. And so he's like, well, why don't we just eat the pizza that's in the freezer? Because it's a pizza we really enjoy. So I tracked all of that. And the stupid pizza, because, of course, we don't eat, like, just a serving of the pizza. Like, if I'm going to eat a frozen pizza, I eat half of the pizza. And my husband eats the other half of the pizza. And it's good. Pizza is one of my favorite foods on the face of this planet. So I shamelessly will eat my half of the pizza. But I already have tracked the 16 points that it will cost me to eat my half of this pizza. And that's okay. That's why I like weighing in on Fridays, my friends, because all of my weeklies are back in action. But so I already pre-tracked that. I was going to go to, well, I really could now that I'm looking at it. So we were supposed to get snow flurries today, and it ended up snowing for like 4 hours. I was like, this is not snow flurries. This is like, it's legitimately snowing and accumulating, and now we have to shovel the driveway. So I was going to go out today, which it looks like I still can if I get everything else done. And there is there's a very nice local bakery next to the dry cleaner that I took my husband's pants to, and I need to go pick up the pants. And so tonight, it was my night to plan date night, but I'm like, since we're doing stuff tomorrow, what do I even want to do for date night? I don't know, blah, 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 PMS, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, I know what I'm going to do. So I ordered a card game that we really enjoy called Flux. But, so it's this game that can go, it's an anything goes game. It's a lot of fun, but there are different kinds of it. So there's like a Wizard of Oz Flux. There's a Monty Python and the Holy Grail Flux. There's a drinking Flux. There's something that resembles like it's supposed to be Star Trek or Star Wars type Flux. So they have a bunch of different themed ones, right? There's one called Firefly. If you know what Firefly is, then you're an epic nerd, and I would love to know who you are. So we have several iterations of this game. They released a Marvel Flux. So yesterday, thank you, Amazon.com, I decided, I was like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have cake and card games. So I was going to go and pick up his pants, go to the bakery and buy like 2 different slices of cake, and have cake and play this new game that the mailman is supposed to deliver before my husband gets home from work tonight. Which sound like super easy and simple and fun and low key, but that's something we would really enjoy doing. And I would get cake, and I love cake. So I'm like, pizza and cake, dang, that's a lot of points. But in the grand scheme, like that's how I like to structure my weeks. I eat more on the weekends, just normally, because we do things. But during the week, I'm meal prepped, I'm meal planned, and I have nothing exciting to do. So there's really, as long as I'm feeling satiated, which I've been very good at lately because of my desire to eat all the protein, it's been good. Yeah, that was very long-winded. I am not focused today because the hazy brain is very, very real, but that's okay. How does intermittent fasting work? Intermittent fasting is, so there's a whole bunch of research on it, a whole bunch of research. There are different time periods you can do and everything. But basically, if you're doing like regular textbook intermittent fasting, you are fasting for 16 hours a day and your eating window is 8 hours. That's what it means. Now, does it mean that you go all ham and you can eat whatever the heck you want in those 8 hours? No. You're supposed to stay within your points budget, within your calorie budget, within whatever it is you're actually doing, whatever diet you're trying to adhere to. You just do it in an 8-hour window. Now, I started doing it when I did it 16 hours when I first started to do it. 16 hours was hard for me. So I ended up bumping it back to 14 hours. So I had a 14-hour window of fasting and 10 hours where I could eat, just because it let me eat a little bit later so I wasn't waking up ravenous in the morning. And that was working well for me when I do it consistently. It's fine. And the whole point of intermittent fasting is not to boost weight loss. It's supposed to just boost like cell turnover, and it's supposed to just be very good for your body. Weight loss sometimes happens to be a result because you're intermittent fasting, but that is not the reason you intermittent fast. Big disclaimer there. But I've been doing, just for fun, I decided to do, I turned my timer back on or whatever. And the other day I looked at my timer and it said your 14-hour fast was done, but I wasn't hungry. And then once I got to 15 hours, I'm like, well, screw it. Let me see if I can get to 16. And I could, and I've been doing it all week and I feel great. So I'm going to try to keep that up. And the weekends are a little bit harder because we're going to be doing things later, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might have to kick it back on the weekends. And you know what? If I intermittent fast 16 hours, 5 days a week, that's solid. That is absolutely solid, but that's how it works. You stop eating, and your eating window is condensed into a smaller amount of time because it's like the way our digestive system works. Like if your body is working on digesting food, it's not working on burning fat. So you got to give your body a chance to do all of its other functions, but it stops doing that when it's trying to digest the food. So if you are a chronic snacker, you're literally always putting food in your body and making it go, we got to go work on this now. Okay. Instead of actually giving it time to breathe and time to digest and time to make sure everything is done. So that's why we do it. I did stop by and then pretty much only eat sweets in social situations. I love Fiber One brownies. Heat them in the microwave. Guys, I still don't have a functioning microwave. It's been, 2 weeks now? And I still don't have a functioning microwave. Totally got distracted by Lisa's comment. Girl, I know, right? Maybe Minnesota has a skewed definition of snowfall amounts. Flurries equals 4 feet of snow. Yeah, I don't know. Even Alexa today. Oh, I said her name. Oh, she didn't hear me. I've noticed that Alexa, who's sitting over there, is very polite. She's very polite. So every day I'll ask her, hey, what's the weather in my city? And she'll give me the weather report for the day. And today was, it was snow flurries, blah, 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 blah. The high is this, blah, blah, blah. Happy Friday. Every day she either says, have a great day, or happy Friday, or happy Tuesday, or whatever. She's so polite. I love it. She trumps Siri, in my opinion. Big fan. I really like the term time-restricted eating over intermittent fasting. People for fasting completely freak out. That's because people are ridiculous. It is, by definition, intermittent fasting. That's literally what you're doing, is intermittent fasting. Wait, you got to... Yes. Oh, he was against it, but finally my mother-in-law... Well, first, we ended up getting a thermostat that had her built in, and we left her on for a while, and then he noticed that, I kept using her for the weather and everything. He's like, we should turn that off. But then we started, using her. And so he hasn't turned it off yet. So once we got her, my mother-in-law had a couple Echo Dots just laying around the house or whatever, and so I took one when I was down there last. I was like, I'm just gonna bring her home and see what happens. So I've set her up in my office. So I have one, and she's great. She's a speaker. I ask her questions. She's much more thorough than Siri is. I've been having a great time with her. And then we just went and got a Ring video doorbell, and the promotion that was happening at Target is, surprise, surprise, a free Echo Dot. So now we have another one that we can set up somewhere, which is great. So yes, but we have her now, and he hasn't made me turn her off yet, which is great because I'm enjoying her. She also plays a Spotify on my computer. I can tell it to play through the speaker instead, which is super nice because it's really, for a little thing, it's a nice high quality speaker. So I would love to have Alexa. I always fade out because I don't want to activate her, because then she's just going to sit there and listen to me and try and, I'm sorry, I don't understand you. I don't know what you asked me. I'm like, I didn't talk to you. It's fine. I don't have a microwave either. It's been interesting preparing food without it. Yep. Yeah. So this weekend, I think we're going, because our refrigerator is also not working right. The fridge itself works, but anything with the water system. So our water filter doesn't work, and our ice machine doesn't work. We defrosted the fridge. We did everything that happened last time. It wasn't the same issue. So there's a different issue with the refrigerator. So we've been waiting to get a repair person out, and then the microwave died, and then just a hot mess. It's made things interesting though, because there have been some things that I've not been able to have because the microwave doesn't work. So it's been creative. I'm a bit of a chronic snacker, but I don't tend to gain too much weight, and I do also enjoy pizzas. I don't tend to gain too much weight. Too many trips to Deals. And fun fact, my husband started tracking this week. Just because I've harassed him to start tracking his food. I didn't care if it was an iTrack Bites, and he's not using iTrack Bites. He's using MyFitnessPal. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I just want to know, because I feel like he eats all the time. And I'm like, I just want to know how much food you're eating. So I've been harassing him to track his food for a year and a half. And earlier this week or maybe last week? He like texted me. He goes, "How many calories was in that whatever the meal that you made? One of my home chef meals." And in the mail that you mentioned that you would like to have, my friend had things arrived via Amazon due to mentioning that they wanted it. Well, I mean, did they have to pay for it? Because if things that I want just start randomly showing up at my house and I'm not paying for it, then that's great. I would like $1 million. Please. Thank you. Because that'd be pretty cool. No, but like, and also if it's on Amazon, I get an email every time something gets ordered through my account. So even if Eric does it, I see it. So I would know if she started placing orders without me. Question, Octava, do you change at the gym after your workout or wear your sweaty clothes home? I wear my sweaty clothes home because me and gym clothes don't necessarily get along, and it could be a struggle sometimes. And also that just means I have to carry so much more stuff, and that's a lot more weight for me to carry and all that jazz. So I just like sometimes the worst case scenario is I go to the gym and then I'll do like a run to Target and then I'll come home. But I don't change at the gym. I don't. Now, if I was swimming, I would, but I'm not swimming. So, yeah. I would consider it a gift. Yep. I did TJ's run yesterday, and the one thing I looked for when shopping was stovetop or oven directions. Yeah. No, we're gonna be replacing that microwave soon because it's such like yesterday I had Asian for dinner, and so I had like the Trader Joe's chicken dumplings and the mini cilantro wontons, and I was able to use my no soy teriyaki sauce from Primal Kitchen. I was gonna have it with cauliflower rice, and then the way I like to prepare my cauliflower rice is you throw it in a bowl and throw it in the microwave. And I was like, well, maybe I just won't have cauliflower rice because I don't have the patience to put it on the stove and do all that jazz. But I did do that to oatmeal the other day. I actually made oatmeal from scratch. And by scratch, I mean like boiled the milk and put the oatmeal in it. And I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever made stovetop oatmeal before because I always get instant oatmeal. And it was epic. It was truly epic. I had high protein. I put protein powder in it. I put fiber powder in it. I put almond butter on it, and I put fruit in it. It was amazing. So some good things have happened. I've had to reheat our chili on the stovetop, which has been fine. Like, it just makes more dishes. Men have such great metabolism. Richie eats so much and he never gains. He eats 2 pizza a day in Spain. And yeah, men. And now, so my husband is tracking, and I asked him, I'm like, so what are you tracking for? Like, what is it set up for? And he says, he didn't even know what I was talking about. I'm like, well, your calorie allotment changes based on if you tell it you want to lose weight, how quickly, do you want to just stay the same? What's your activity levels? He was, oh, so he looked at it and he goes, it says I'm going to lose 1 pound a week. And he, of course, gets exponentially more calories than I do, for one. So he'll come home and be like, I still have 1,000 calories I need to eat. Men. But also, I guarantee you, if he does this and he's, wants to lose 5 pounds or whatever, get a little not fluffy, it'll happen immediately, which will infuriate me. But, men. I had to wear my gym clothes to Starbucks today because the locker room was closed. That was an uncomfortable experience. I never change clothes after the gym. Also, some days I go shopping at the gym. Maybe something's wrong with me. No, I mean, I wear my gym clothes out to run errands all the time. Now, true story, I don't get, I get sweaty, but I don't get, disgusting. Like, when my husband comes home from the gym, he's disgusting. I don't get disgusting. I'll get sweaty, but I also cool down really quickly. Why are there so many people? I'm sorry, I keep looking outside, but, I've never seen this many people walking around outside in our neighborhood before. It's very weird. So I just keep getting distracted. But yeah, so because of that, I will actually, I wear my stuff out. I just don't I won't stay in it all day because that's when your skin's going to break out and everything. So I don't do that. Obviously, once I get home, I change, but fortunately cauliflower gnocchi So much better than the kale version. Chicken, sausage, and veggies are all great in the air fryer. Yeah, yeah. So I've been air frying my food all week, which has been fine. It's been awesome. My Asian food last night was amazing because I air fried it. And that was fine. I just didn't have a vegetable, which could very well have attributed, like my whole last night's dinner could have been the reason that there was a gain on the scale because it was probably higher in sodium and I had no vegetables to like add extra water and I did eat a little bit of sugar last night. So that in and of itself could be the reason that the scale was up this morning along with my hormones. So again, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm loving steel oats in the stovetop. I'm following purple, so it's 0 points. Oh, interesting. Now I have like regular oats, like Market Pantry, which is the Target basic brand oats. I don't know if that's probably not steel cut. I don't know the difference between steel cut. Two pizzas a day and he never gains. I would gain if I'd had 2 pizzas a week. I feel like my winter coat is getting gross and I worry about getting sick from being hot and then cold when I go outside. Yeah, so that was the one thing I was like, oh, I shouldn't, because I got a new winter coat that's like really, it's supposed to be like, it's from LL Bean actually, it's the same place this is from. That's super light and super thin, but it's supposed to keep heat in pretty well, which is exactly what I need because I can't move well in like heavy winter coats. So I've been wearing that to the gym too. And I just yesterday looked at the washing instructions. I'm like, if I'm going to wear this to the gym, I should probably make sure I can easily wash it without ruining it because it was an expensive coat. Yeah. I have body wipes in my gym bag now. Yeah. That makes sense. I've never used a body wipe or anything like that. So anyway, that's all I have, my friends. I'm going to keep on keeping on with what I've been doing, and we're going to just see how it's been going, how it's going to go. I think today my biggest struggle is going to be getting protein in, sadly. So I have, with all of my food tracked today so far, including my dinner, I'm only at 76 grams of protein and my goal is 100. And I'm already 5 points over for my day. So I need to figure out how to sneak in another extra at least 25 grams of protein. But, that's my biggest struggle. And then tomorrow we're going out and I'm going to try really hard to just eat Fab 4 or eat mostly protein or eat, I'm really enjoying what I've been doing and I feel very good about it and I feel satiated and I don't feel cravey. And if I crave something, I end up craving like meat or cheese or something that has like, I need more protein, I need more fat. It's not just a sugar craving. And that has not happened to me in a long time. There have been many days this week that I have not had a dessert. Or if I had a dessert, it was like Smart Sweets gummies for 2 points, which are very high in fiber. So I've been feeling really good. I'm excited to see how long I can ride this wave out. I don't know if like finally mentally everything, like that switch that says, okay, you're going to get this crap done, that got turned on back in. I'm just, no, oh, it was going so well. And then I got a blip. Man, it was going so well. It's like it heard that I was going to leave or something. I forgot what I was saying now. I'm just going to keep on keeping on because I like it. If that switch flipped that says, hey, you're going to do it this time, great. I hope I'm going to ride this wave until I start to hit a major roadblock, but I'm hoping that I'm not going to hit a major roadblock. We'll see what happens. So that's all I've got. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else you want to talk about before I go? Going to up my protein next week. I really need to. Protein is the game changer. Like I firmly believe, like the Fab 4 in general, where I've been eating, trying to eat the higher fat, higher protein, high fiber with the greens and trying to eat vegetables as much as possible. Like that's been an epic game changer. But the protein, like my body loves protein. And it's probably because I have a disease that's trying to eat my muscles away. So it's like extra this, yes, more protein. I love it. Whatever reason, like that's my jam. So I highly recommend the protein for sure. I'm finding if I'm looking at a meal and it feels like something's missing, I've been looking at the Fab 4 thing. I'm slowly adding in more protein. How are you enjoying the meals you've ordered? I actually did an entire video on that, Sandra. You can go back to, when was it, Wednesday's video, and I talked all about Home Chef, which I, in general, thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, no, it was great. I really enjoy having those subscription boxes as an option because it makes meal planning very easy, and it makes grocery shopping very easy. And I think next week I have, what one am I doing next week? Green Chef, I think. I think I'm doing Green Chef next week. I love eggs, and I need to snack on hard-boiled eggs if I'm hungry. Eggs is a good one, but not too many, because don't forget, they're still 70 calories a piece. So like my husband, who is Mr. 4 eggs a day, when he started tracking this week, he was like, I only ate 2 eggs and I had 3 servings of egg whites instead. And I was like, well, look at you making changes to kind of make sure you get that protein, but knock off the fat. Good for you, dear. So yeah, but protein, like meat, I don't know if any of you are vegetarian or whatever, but I love eating meat. Like, I'm going to go downstairs when I'm done here and have a sandwich because I'm very psyched about having a sandwich. And yeah, so meat is easy because, and I like to do meat because I don't like to have all of my protein come from protein supplements. Because if I eat one of those Eat Me Guilt-Free bars, which I already had today, although I look, they have wheat protein and stuff in them. They've got to have whey in there somewhere, but now I don't remember. Built bars have whey, Quest bars have whey, Quest shakes and Premier Protein, all of those have whey protein, and I don't want all of my protein to come from the same source. So I want to do, make sure I'm having enough meat where it kind of balances out, because whey protein is awesome, but that should not be where I get all of my protein from. So, and then like, I know like almond butter has protein and all of that jazz, but like almond butter is a fat. It's not a protein. It's a fat. So yeah. Will we get to see videos where things outside weight gain and weight loss are discussed? Do you mean live videos or just subject matter? Because if you scroll back in my channel, there's a lot of it has like the basis of weight loss, but like if you dive into a couple of like my vlogs, I talk about all sorts of different things in my vlogs. And I do have some other videos on my channel regularly. And I am planning on doing some non-weight loss related stuff soon and regularly, because I'm trying to steer away from, like, I have a favorites video coming up. I'm going to have a goals video coming up. I have a special talk about sugar and struggling and all sorts of things. I've got some stuff in the works, and I would love to hear, Mick, actually, specifically, what kind of things would you be interested in? I don't normally get a male's perspective, so now I'm intrigued. I lost my way some after the holidays, but I finally found my way back, getting ready to slowly start exercising. Yes. Live videos where we can put questions to you. That's a great thing, a great question, Mick. First of all, if you have other questions, feel free to ask them here. Like my weekly live last week on Tuesday night, which was like 1:30 in the morning, your guys' time. So I know it was late, but like we ended up having completely not weight loss related discussion for most of it. And it was really, really great. And it was just because I'm like, ask your questions and we'll talk. And the questions just went random. And so our conversation went rogue, and that's fine, because I like when people watch the replays, but the lives are really there for the people that show up live. So if you're somebody who, like, I know Audrey loyally watches the replays and everything like that, but like, she doesn't care where the conversation goes. But if you want control of the conversation, come to the live, because if a random question gets asked, I'm going to answer it, So if you had anything particular in mind, feel free to ask. I don't want you to, just the fact that this is a weekly weigh-in video, to derail you. Generally, my rule is, let's see if we can keep it to an hour, which I firmly plan on doing today. So that means we have 15 minutes left. I was going to sign off because I didn't have anything else to say, But if we start another conversation, that's totally acceptable. I watched it Wednesday morning. It was so good. Thank you. I had a great time on Tuesday night. It was a wonderful, wonderful conversation on Tuesday. So, yeah. I should watch the Tuesday videos. It's often late, but sometimes I'd be awake. Yeah, if you're awake, great. If you're not, then they are available for replay. It was, especially last Tuesday's, was a very, very nice conversation. Jennifer, hello. How are you doing? The people are also nice. Yeah, I have a great community of people. I truly do. And obviously you guys are all part of it. So thank you for being you, because you're all wonderful. I really enjoyed Tuesday's live. I'm so glad. That makes me happy. Can we talk about, there's this amazing, fluffy, apparently very expensive cat bed that my aunt gave me because her cat won't sleep on it. And this dope is laying on the blanket next to the cat bed instead of in the really nice fancy bed. Come on, Gracie. Sometimes I pop in and say hi on the way to bed. Yes, you do. The Gracie emoji. I love it. I forgot about that. Yeah, so if you have any questions for me, ask them. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. My dogs lay on the floor instead of their bed sometimes. Oh, my dog always has to be laying on something. The only exception is if the fireplace is on. If the fireplace is on, as you see on Instagram all the time, she is keeled over dead, like she just fell over. Same position every time, right in front of the fireplace. That's the only time she will lay not on a blanket or a bed or a pillow or something. That emoji was totally worth being a member. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't think of any other creative emojis to give you guys, but I thought a Gracie one would be really funny. Toto does that, always on the blanket. I don't know what it is, man. One of my cats likes sleeping on the radiator. It cannot be comfortable. It might not be comfortable, but it's got heat. That's the important thing. That's why Gracie, she will let go of her rule that she always has to be a princess on a blanket or a pillow, and she'll sleep in front of the fireplace because and she doesn't do it until the blower kicks on. So we have a gas fireplace. So it runs for a couple minutes and then the fan kicks on, and so the heat starts getting pumped out. And that's why she lays there. She's no dummy. There's been a couple times that I've joined her down there. One night I fell asleep in front of the fireplace. It's true. So, well, my friends, this has been fun. So to recap, for my friends who've just showed up, I gained 0.6 this week, but I started my period this morning. So really it's a wash, because yesterday I weighed in at gaining and losing 0 as of last week's weigh-in. So I feel good about it. And that's the weekly weigh-in, and it's awesome. I feel good. Still waiting for my Gracie destruction calendar. I do prefer to get involved in the live videos. There just isn't anything off the top of my head, just something for me to think about for next week. Absolutely. Anytime you have a random question, feel free. Toto sleeps in weird positions, so I have no idea how he can be comfortable. Gracie doesn't sleep in weird positions. Every once in a while, I catch her she lays on her side and her front leg, she'll be cuddling her front legs or her back legs. So her back legs will be up here and then her other legs will be around them. That's the weirdest position I found her in, but she doesn't like to lay on her back. She fights. She will not lay on her back. So that eliminates a whole lot of the really goofy positions that animals can put themselves in. So, and I don't know why, cause then it makes she won't even, she struggles when you pick her up and then you try to hold her like a baby. The fight is real. The fight is real in that little dog. Right, Gracie? Gracie. She's like, leave me alone, Ma. She's adorable. I love her. I love her too. She's a cutie pie. She's a jerk sometimes, but she's a cutie pie. All right, my friends. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go have a little lunch and get all of the cleaning and breaking down of boxes and laundry. Oh gosh, I got to go switch the laundry over. I'm the worst at that. I regularly forget that I have laundry going. Regularly. Because I heard the machine go off And now, if I didn't just think of it, like I could have gone through another 3 hours before going, I have to switch the laundry over. Whatever. All right, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm wherever it is you are. I'm going to assume it's cold. And yeah, stay warm. Look who realized I'm getting up and moving. Good morning, sunshine. Oh. Just kidding. Okay, just kidding. Date night sounds really fun. Yeah, as long as the mailman brings my thing, and I might go get cake or I might not. And if I don't go get cake, it means I saved myself points. So it's a win-win either way if you think about it. If I go to get cake, great. If I don't, great. It'll be fine. So it'll be fun, my friends. All right, I will see you on Tuesday for my next live, and I'll see you over on Instagram because that's where you can find me all weekend long. Take care, guys.